When it comes to being organized in the studio, there are a number of systems that I employ in mind to kind of help keep my work area clean and keep all of my tools close at hand. One of my favorite to keep all of my Foredom stuff in place is going to be the Foredom workstation. Let's dive in and take a look at this now. Now, as you can see, the workstation will hold 2 flex shafts. I kind of like that because here you can see I've got 2 different motors that I'm working with. We have the light, and the thing that's kind of cool about the light, to turn it off, you just tilt it up. To turn it on, you bring that back down. Now, this is configurable in anything that you want, so that's the nice part. The way that I have mine set up is that I have a bar here. Now, it comes with pegs so that you can hang your tools this way, but for me it just made sense to put all of my specialty pliers here, and because I had so many of them, it worked for me to lay them like that. Then right below it, my next favorite thing is going to be the magnetic bar, and this is where I'm going to keep things like my calipers, my key for my flex shaft. This is where I like to have these things close at hand for when I'm working in the studio. We also have a tray, move that guy up a bit, and in the tray is where I'm going to keep my hand pieces with my duplex springs. I also keep my small oiler in here as well. Then as I move down, this is the bomb. This is the burr holder. And as you can see, I have it quite loaded, and then I can grab my little accessories, do my polishing, put them back. Keeps me organized. I know where these are at all times. Now, there are 3 sizes of trays that you can do, and some people will actually take a tray and put like their micro motor, and maybe they'll place their micro motor up here, and then they might have another tray. This is kind of my catch-all. So this is where you're gonna find shaping stones, my hammer hand piece anvil points. I also keep random little pieces of jewelry that I'm in the middle of making, as well as different tools. Another thing that this particular bar is good for, especially when we have a whole bunch of these, you can actually take your hand pieces and place them in here like this, and that's going to keep them, again, close at hand. It's going to keep them safe from having oil drip into them by leaving them on the end of your flex shaft. When it comes to storing your hand pieces, you want to do this safely. Now, something that has happened for years and years and years and years is that people will take their handpiece and they let it just hang. This is not the proper way to do this because, one, it can smack here on the bench because a lot of times people just drop it. And what happens then is that you are going to knock everything out of alignment. The other thing that happens, especially if you've been using this quite a bit, is all of this oil and grease is going to come down. And if that gets into the bearings in your handpiece, then we have a problem. So if you notice that your handpiece is making a lot of noise or getting very hot, then you've probably got some grease in those bearings. So 2 different things that you can do to store this handpiece. I can take this and use a handpiece holder and store it like this. Notice that we do get a curve here, but it's not so tight that it's going to damage our machine. The other option, and this is what I do, I just pull my handpiece off, let the shaft hang down, and this can either set on my bench, but you got to be careful because it will roll. You can use the peg up here, or you can create another type of system to hold your hand pieces. Now, as you can see, this system is quite flexible. There's a lot that you can do, and there are more accessories that I do not have on mine, and that is because I ran out of room. I do have a video that goes a little bit deeper into some of the different accessories and options for the workstation, so be sure to check out that video as well. Make sure you guys stay tuned because I'm going to have a lot more organization tips coming up soon.